All right, you diecast enthusiasts, you are in for a treat. With this collection right here, we've got 4 different pieces. We didn't have a place for them elsewhere in the catalog, so we threw them all into one lot. You're going to get all 4 of these pieces. We've got about 7 inches on that guy. On the long one here, we've got, whoo boy, almost a full foot. Yeah, about 11 inches or so. We've got on the one tractor about 4.5 inches, and on the other, we've got about 5, the little Tonka piece right there. Different manufacturers, different sizes, different styles, different types, and we are going to cover up the camera with my hand, apparently. We are going to jump right into it, so you can see everything that you are going to get. You're going to get all 4 of these, and I don't want you to just take my word for it. If you were here in the gallery with us, you'd have an opportunity to look at them, see the bottom, see the tops, see whatever you want to see, and so we are going to show them to you. Let's get right into it. First up, we've got the Battle Kings from Matchbox, around 1974, I think, 74, 75, somewhere in that area. You've got the Battle Kings K106 transporter and the tank, both in a little bit oversized Matchbox. To give you an idea of scale, this is the tractor in Matchbox scale, so you can see roughly that. We'll brighten it up a little bit here for you so you can see all the way around. Yeah, let's get a little bit more light on it. Yeah, there we go. Looking so nice. So a nice little piece right here. I'll show you the top. It does come apart. So I'll show you like this. I don't like that. Let's take a look at that in a moment. I don't like that it bends outwards like that, so we'll see how well it travels. We'll show you like this. I do want you to see the feet coming on out here. You got to pull up and then down. So our tank can come on out, and that's a little bit complicated. So before I show you these tires, I'll show you the bottoms. If you're already there, get a little light on that. And you can read, hopefully you can read the bottom of that. There we go, get some light on it. And then this, it's got this little key right here. You'll also be able to see the bottom of that. Although it doesn't hold up quite as well. Can we get you the bottom so you can read that as well? Yep, there you go. Now, of course, the light goes up. Looking nice. Okay, so that key lets this guy loose so he can drive up and over and down. Does he drive? No. These treads might move. Yeah, they do. Those treads do move, and what am I doing? I'm knocking them right off, so we're going to leave that. They're a little bit drier than I like, so I don't want to mess with those. You saw there's enough suppleness that it can move, but not enough that I would test it out. I don't want those to break after all these years. Our consignor did a great job of keeping his toys in good condition, and I don't want to be the one that before they get to you ends up ruining that. So we'll show you both angles here of our Armored Division tank. I'll show you the bottom so you can see it. There's a writing on there. Yes. You see a little bit of discoloration on those treads, and I suspect that means some of that rubber starting to dry out. All around a cool piece right here. Oh, and the last thing I did want to see is how well does this drive? Well, that almost looks bent. Is it a bent axle or is it suspension built in there? I don't know. But it does seem to drive with no problem, so take that for what you will. Let's put him back on there, and we'll give you one last hero shot of this guy. You can see the key pops right on in there, so your tank goes nowhere. We'll pop him in there, and we'll see the whole thing drive smooth and well. Let's do it with a little bit more light. And there you go, heading off into the sunset with the Battle Kings K106 tank transporter. All right, now what are we gonna do? We'll do the Super Kings next. Again, this was Matchbox. This was oversized, a little bit larger than their regular 1-box scale. So some pretty neat stuff right here. Excuse me. This is the Ford. This is the Caterpillar. Yes, this is the Traxcavator is what they called it. From the 1970s also. It is K8 and it is super sized. I'm not going to try the treads on this one. You can see it going off. I don't want it to slip loose or to crack. I'll see how supple it is and try to show you that in the video here, but I don't want to end up messing it up. So, oh yeah, that's actually much more supple. It's just about to fall off. Sometimes what happens is the opposite of drying out. It gets a little bit of moisture lock in it, and it expands, and then it's likely to fall off. So I don't want to do that either. So you saw that they do move pretty well though. I'm surprised about that. So you can see the writing on the bottom. Let's see what these guys do. Oh yeah, those hydraulics looking pretty nice. So we'll show you it like that. We'll show you it up. We'll show you it down. It's got extra hydraulics. Well, those aren't really hydraulic right there. That's just a joint on it to pivot. So pretty cool right there. You've seen all the way around. I'll show you a little bit more up front, and we got to focus that. There we go. We'll show you a little bit more up close out back. Go. Looking good. Anything else we need to show you on this one? No, I think we're pretty good. What went in that post? I don't know. Maybe that's just so that moisture doesn't trap in there. Or maybe there was supposed to be, what, a steering wheel? That doesn't make any sense. But you never know. If there was supposed to be something there, it's not there now. Let's focus a little there so you can actually see what I'm talking about. So there's that little post hole right there. I don't know if that's supposed to be filled or what. And the same with these hooks. That's an interesting thing. I wonder what... Am I supposed to hang that up when I come in so it doesn't get mud all over the house? I don't know. But either way, a very cool piece. This is the K8 Caterpillar Traxcavator from Matchbox Super Kings. And moving right along, we've got another king-size piece. This is the Matchbox king-size K20. It is the Ford tractor transporter. Seems a little bit weird that they would need to be transported, but hey, I'm not in charge here. So we'll show you all the way around. Turn that light up just a little bit. It does come with 3 tractors. I believe one and only one might be missing a tire. Let's check that out. We might have gotten that fixed up. We might have found it, located it, or replaced it with another one. I don't recall. No, they all seem to be there. So you, oh yeah, no, I thought for a second there that one was missing, but I was wrong. So you see, it does come with 3 of the tractors. Those are the standard Matchbox tractors. For this release, I believe these particular colors, all blue, were a special release, and I suspect our consignor, who seemed to be fond of some tractors, just replaced this one out with one of the others. Where the other one is, I don't know. We looked through the entire collection, and though we found plenty of tractors, we just did not see another blue one to go with this. So you're getting the trailer, you're getting all 3 of the tractors, as well as the extra tire. It does not come with I've been calling it the trailer, the tractor the whole time. The tractor to the trailer. You don't get the cab with it, unfortunately, but you get everything else. So now that you've seen all the way around it, let me show you a little bit more in detail, perhaps, of the tractors themselves. And I will warn you that, like many of these from back in the day, what happens sometimes is, over the years, this kind of plastic, which is a hard plastic, it's not a rubberized tire, but it can take on moisture in the air, or just over time, some of the, not to get too not to get too material sciencey about it, but sometimes it expands is what happens. I'm not going to get into exactly why. A lot of times it's just from moisture, but it can be other reasons. Sometimes those the plastic will expand a little bit, and then that means it gets loose. And so what you see there is, boom, those tires fall off. That's why I thought we had one of those tires had gone missing, but I guess we found it, or I'm not sure. But they all seem to be there and intact. They are not broken in any way, which is good. A lot of times these things will crack, because the other thing that can happen is it sits in grandma's attic or basement or wherever and gets really dry. It starts to dry rot, and then it cracks, and now you got even bigger problems. So all the tires are here and present, but they're a little bit big. If you're one of those folks that likes to glue it on, fantastic. If you like to just leave it here and sit, that's fantastic too. I don't tell you how to collect. I just give you the opportunity to get the things that you love to collect. So we'll drive these around just a little bit so you can see them from every possible angle. Again, these come with the smokestack, the little muffler. That's the piece that's always missing on their bigger counterparts, because they usually make those out of rubber. This is part of the die-cast piece itself, so it's not going anywhere. As we pointed out, this is yellow. We are missing, it looks like, the little steering wheel. Not on these two, but on that one, so be aware of that. If that's a deal breaker for you, I want you to know right now. The rest are looking pretty good. We'll turn it upside down. That way, if there's any writing on it, let's stop that turntable. It's getting annoying. Yep, you can see all the Matchbox information. I forget when this one was, and I can't see it as well as you can right now. You're at an advantage being able to read perhaps some of those writing on it. Was it 1974? I don't remember. But obviously going all the way back to the 1970s, and it's the Ford tractor. We'll move those off to the side and try not to knock the tires off them as I show you the trailer. You've seen every other angle, but I will absolutely show you the top, and it's nice because these sit in there very, very well. Doesn't really matter which way. Well, I guess it does. Maybe that's not the best way. Let's try it this way. Yeah, maybe it does fit a little bit better that way. And you can see the way the tires chock on there. It goes up the little ramp and then automatically chocks, which is nice. We'll move that there. You can see the bottom. Can you see the writing? I don't know if you can see the writing, so I'm trying to hold it up to the camera here. From my angle, I can't even tell if that is... Yep, it is upside down. There we go. Do not adjust your phones or your computers. Do not stand on your heads. We'll do it this way so you can see a little bit better. Paint even on the bottom side. That's where it gets really, really awful a lot of times. Even this tire rotates. I don't know that it's supposed to, but the axle bends real well. And obviously, young Johnny back in the day might have driven this through the gravel, through the sandbox, through whatever kind of fun adventures he was putting his tractors through. And when that happens, they get scratched. That scratch, it gets wet, it becomes oxidized, it turns into rust. And we're not seeing any of that. So good on young Johnny. Good for our consignor for taking care of their toys. I am personally of the mindset that I'd love to see these toys all just beat down and destroyed because somebody just enjoyed the heck out of them. But for your sake, as the new owner of these, I'm glad to see that Johnny also cared enough to put the toys away, keep them nice, keep them sound, and that you are going to get even more life out of them, whether that is putting them on a shelf and looking at them or putting them in your own sandbox. Let's show you the last of them as we finish up and we get that hero shot of everything all together. This is what you're going to get. All these toys. What do you got? 4 in total, I think? Well, it depends on how you count the tractors. Let's get a nice shot of that. Let's move the turntable out the way. We don't need them anymore. Got one more shot with the, do we need it? I don't know. But we'll get one more shot. Just throwing a size marker in there. And we will get that last shot. You're going to get all 4 to 7, depending on how you count it. Well, 8, maybe. You're going to get this whole lot of toys for a whole lot of fun, not pay a whole lot of money. And all you got to do is head on over to TheBigToyAuction.com, where you can click on those buttons right now to leave your pre-bids or join us live on auction day. Either way, we'll see you at the auction.